You met him to now where he is.
Well, I think Chad is a good hard worker. I think he's serious about his craft. And even though he hadn't been getting much playing time before, he still worked in practice, because he ran the show team plays against the defense for a while, and he was always giving good effort, making plays with the ball. And then now that he's got the opportunity um, to play for the offense in games, I think that hard work that he has put in is showing up on the field. And so that bodes very well for him. And it's a good teaching tool to teach other young players who are coming along and not getting the opportunities they think that they should be getting, that you got to keep working, you got to keep your nose to the grindstone, and then when your chance comes, you got to take advantage of it, just like Chad did.
Seemed like he had a pretty strong training camp. Did you think there was a shot at him making the 53 in September?
Well, from what I knew about Chad before, I knew that he was a hard worker and that he caught the ball in practice. Um, Now, with the receivers that we had on the team early on, I didn't know whether he was going to have a chance to make the 53. But we were able to keep him on the team. And then when he got the opportunity to show what he was about, he was able to show it and then help the team. So, I mean, that's all you can do when you're in some situations, because we had a pretty good stable of receivers going into the season.
Aaron Reese.
Hey Romeo, what'd you think of what Buddy Howell and Scotty Phillips did in some chances last week? Because obviously Duke has been injured again this week. What'd you think of how they performed and kind of what they could do at the end of the season here for you?
Well, I think both of those guys are similar as far as the situation is concerned. Not getting a whole lot of reps, playing on special teams, and then going in on offense and playing on offense. And I think both of those guys, they give you everything they have. They work at it. And so when the ball is snapped and they get the ball in their hands, they are trying the best they can. And so you appreciate that in a football player. And then you appreciate the fact that they are able to produce when they get that opportunity. And so I feel good about them.
Berman.
Romeo, you feel like Roderick will be your right tackle with Titus out, or do you have a different thought?
No, I think he'll be in there. Yeah, A-Rod, he'll be there.
And what have you thought about Collie Waring, what he's been able to do since he's come back?
Well, I think he's making good strides. He really is. He's got a good frame, good size guy, runs well. He's paying attention to detail more than in the past, and so it's beginning to show up and help us on the field.
Anybody else? Yep, go ahead, Brian.
Coach, what have you seen on film about the Bengals that make them a formidable opponent this week? I know that every week, you're playing an NFL team that could win any possible game, but looking at their record, but also looking at how they played this past week against the Steelers.
Well, I was impressed with the way they played versus the Steelers because I know what the Steelers are about. They had an 11-game winning streak this season, and now you go in there and you play that team and you're able to win against that team. And and not only that, they have to play them twice a year. And so for them to go in there on Monday night and win that game, that was a tremendous accomplishment for them. And so that just goes to show you should never underestimate any team in the NFL because every team has players. Every team has players who can play the game. And if you go in with the wrong mindset, then you could be in trouble very quickly. And even though you think that you can pull it out and you can turn it around, you're not able always to turn it around. And so Pittsburgh, in the second half, they made a push to try to get it turned. But since they were able to withstand that push and stay ahead in the game and win the game. So I was impressed with their offense, the defense, the special teams, and I think that they'll be riding high coming in here, and they'll feel like that they can win. They'll feel like they can win, after having beaten the Steelers. So we're going to have to play probably our best game of the year, and I would like to see that, for us to play the best game and then win the game.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right. Have a good one.